If you want to get in the groove, mask up to get down, and make sure you stay 6 feet from stardom. Today, on A Place of Our Own, how to make the most out of your 4-year enrollment in college, with a little help from your influencer friends. It's all coming up next. What's up? I'm Pete Charles Sesko, and welcome to Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own, a place designed for any millennial or baby boomer who wants to bring Hollywood home on a budget. As you know, every interaction you have with your favorite celeb or fellow fandom friend is a very important learning opportunity. So when it comes to educating yourself about the wonderful world of pop culture, we're all in this together. That's right, TSI is your first and coolest teacher. Yes, this back-to-school season is vastly different for painfully obvious reasons. But I personally don't believe that any pandemic, nor any global health emergency or presidential disaster proclamation should be a deterrent to getting people excited over getting back to school. Which is why this Place of Our Own was designed just for you. All September long, and yes, that includes Labor Day, we'll be adding to your school supplies list things you never really knew you needed to help ace some of your subjects in school, whether doing remote learning or in-person learning. And yes, you'll also earn extra credit in the coolest factor, and we're going to do it all on a budget. That's the name of the game on the Thrift Store Rundown. Case in point, with our very first item, purchased for $5.68 off of Amazon from Running Press and the editors of 17 Magazine. Their ultimate guide to college. Everything you need to walk on the campus and own it. Depending on your particular college's safety protocols and the length of COVID-19, you might not follow this to a T. But if you have that little influencer spark in you, this is still worth keeping around. And if you don't, this is definitely going to give you one. The Ultimate Guide to College from 17 Magazine. Class is now in session on the Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own. Listen very closely. If you hear closely, you can hear the literal definition of a helicopter parent flying over us all. Luckily, you won't be experiencing that when you get to college. There is a lot to cover in here besides the aforementioned topics, so let's get right into it with 6 crazy college myths debunked. This will be one of the best times of your life, but before you get to campus, know that these rumors are total BS. There are 6 of them, and I personally believe there's a lot more truth to myth number 2 than one might think. Cafeteria food is so gross, all you want to eat is ramen. Well, I say, donate the ramen boxes to Meals on Wheels or to your very despicably desperate roommate. And take some inspiration from your mother's home cooking as it relates to myth number 6. One element you'll certainly miss about living at home. The Thrift Store Rundown is going to be putting a major emphasis on home economics over the course of this series. You know, that class that they rarely teach in educational institutions, even though it is an educational institution unto itself, cooking. And we have a really fire faculty for that subject. The food is better than I expected, especially compared with high school. The dining hall at Buffalo State College has a made to order sandwich bar, sushi, and even a mini Starbucks. Well, that is you. PCCC, Passaic County Community College, has a KFC and a bunch of no-name brands. That's it. I cannot wait to see what Bloomfield has. I'm only including this 2-page photograph to begin Love Your Dorm Life Chapter 2 because of one very special reason that you'll have to look very closely at to find. If you see here, on the right side of this page, you'll see 17 Magazine with Ashley Benson on the cover. Lord knows I adore Pretty Little Elias, and if you're looking for a great young adult murder mystery thriller to binge watch during quarantine, or for a break in the dorms, I cannot recommend another show of equal magnificence other than this. It is that spectacular. And yes, you will be seeing Elias in some capacity over the course of this series. What if the Elias were your peer counselors? Oh yeah, That'd be fun. Moving on now to packing like a smarty. You already have bedding, towels, and a laptop, but don't forget to add these other college essentials. There are 10 listed in this section, like a shower caddy, and a few more here, another 10, in your awesome room essentials, like a bright storage bin, which you may want to place under your bed. Jill Cimarelli has more on that.
Under the bed storage. Storage in college can be really rough, especially in dorm rooms, because there's not a whole lot of closet space or drawers. Especially those dorm rooms can end up feeling really cluttered with a lot of stuff. So having something hidden that you don't necessarily have to keep very tidy, but it will be out of the way, is super essential. So of course, when you get to college, you're going to feel a little out of place at first and maybe even a little homesick. So making your dorm feel like your own is super important, which is why you definitely want to make sure that you have some double-sided tape with you. That way you can hang up pictures of your friends and family and posters, maybe some cute twinkle lights, just something that's going to make you feel really comfortable when you first move in there. So if you're not accustomed to sharing a room, if your roommate wants to go to bed before you, it can be a little tough if you still want to stay up and study or just hang out for a little while. So I think having a desk lamp is really helpful, because you can stick that on and then you'll have a little bit of light to yourself without disturbing your roommate. Another huge adjustment that you go through when you go to college is having to use the communal showers. It can be a little bit tricky and sometimes even a little bit gross. So having a shower caddy is super important. That way you can keep all of your stuff in there nice and clean and tidy. Make sure that you bring flip-flops, because you're gonna want them. And then you can just carry that into the bathroom with you and bring it back to your room when you're done. And my last essential is just a full-length mirror. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but those normally don't come in dorm rooms, and they have really cool ones that actually hang over your door. So maybe you can even go splitsies with your roommate, and that way you guys can share a really nice full-length mirror and check out your outfit before you head out to class.
I definitely recommend getting the bright storage bins for under your bed, because hey, where else are you going to stash your Riverdale posters and pinups and your secret Billie Eilish CD stash? Two things that I don't care for very much, but have in some form or another on TSR. Yep, Billie Eilish and Riverdale. A very classic combination for some. Now on to Megan Ranks with a brief summary about the new rules of dating and how to find the right bae during your university term.
Relationships move faster in college, physically and emotionally. With everyone living in the same space, it can be easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of romance. Status update in a relationship. If you're in a new relationship, be mindful of the time that you spend with your bae, but don't be so consumed that you neglect school or your other new friends. Oh, sorry, I can't meet up tonight. Study date with a boyfriend. I know I saw him this morning. And at lunch. And after class. Just can't get enough of each other. College is a great place to meet all sorts of new people. Be open-minded until you find the right one. Yes! 20 new friend requests. And most importantly, have fun. At parties, stick with your girlfriends to have a great time instead of making the night about finding a boy. Feel free to flirt, but leave a little mystery. Well, I gave him my number. The ball's in his court. I'm gonna go next door and hang out with my new dorm mates.
Here are 10 rules in the guide to avoiding awkward moments and sacking the guy you've been crushing on. Coffee after class counts as a date. Speak up. Avoid the down data at all costs. Always say hi to your hookup the day after. Beware the pre-booty text. Never assume you're exclusive with a guy. Introduce your crush to your roommate ASAP. Leave a little mystery. Don't hook up with your guy on the floor. Floor sex is unacceptable. And don't limit your options. Open-mindedness is key. And if you're well aware of the 17 program called Bestie Picks Bae, I assume there's going to be some college edition in the future. Hey, they already have a quarantine edition. Oh wait, most of the people on that program, most of the participants in that blind date / love connection / bachelorette amalgamation, if you will, are all of college age or high school age. Even a few YouTube and social media influencers. This is key advice to follow here at TSR because we love to bring Hollywood home on a budget and also to the classroom. This is called Budget Your Money. What will you spend? Check out what one real student spent in a week so you can see what your budget might be like. So, here for example, one whole week on a budget. $2.50 for coffee, $10 for lunch, and $5 for admission to a party, which isn't really half bad, even though I'm not the partying type. That's for Monday. Then we go for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Add it all up, it's a total of $228.58. And please, try to avoid using your credit card. According to Holly from the University of Maryland, I do not own a credit card. I do not own a debit card. I'm trying to work hard to get either of those, but I mostly would stick with the credit card. But hey, I feel much more confident paying in cold hard cash, so that's solid advice. Get ready to love every second of college. Here's what you'll find inside. Your ultimate packing list, with the top 10 things you don't even know you need, but totally will. Secrets that college guys wish you knew straight from them. 5 essentials to bring to any party, and how to make a great impression when you get there. The truth about sorority life. That right there makes it sound like it's one of those, tell-alls from YouTube influencers that are a total disservice to themselves and their audiences. Is it pledging for you? Awesome money saver, so you don't have to call mom and dad for cash. Plus, how to score amazing college style. Tips on dressing for your school, easy fun ways to switch up your look for a party, tips to do your makeup fast before class, and tons more. And at the conclusion of every chapter, we have a section called Aston Insider. Get advice from real girls on campus about where to meet guys, find the best study snacks, and more. As I said at the beginning of the show, this is going to provide you and your peers with plenty of nostalgia for the old times. Because you know that not everything in this book is going to apply to the current state of education in America, especially in college and university life. Why? Well, there's a little something called COVID-19, which is taking over the world at an alarming rate. But hey, COVID-19 will never cancel. But listen to me, COVID-19 will never cancel a proper education, which can be made fun if you follow some of the advice in this book and adapt it to your own environment and to your own changing tastes. This book can prove really useful. And, if nothing else, you have a swell time remembering the peers of yesteryear and their experiences with this if they own it. By the way, I'm focusing on the yummy dorm eats section in this book because, you want to take some inspiration from this if you're looking to curb your snack attack. And furthermore, keep watching TSR because home economics is about to get a lot more delicious. Class is dismissed for the day, but if you missed any classes, get caught up by clicking the link in the description below, which will take you to the Too Cool for School playlist, which also includes videos from last year's series. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to subscribe for when it comes to bringing Hollywood home and to the classroom on a budget. TSR is your first and coolest teacher. We'll see you next time on the flip side, on A Place of Our Own.